Jessica, can you just start off talking a little bit about getting another conference win and some of your thoughts on the win?
I think anytime you walk away with a win, you feel pretty good about it. I feel good about the second half and the kids coming out and changing their game a little bit. We made some adjustments and came to play in the second half. First half, clearly that was not the case, but they did a nice job. We just check another one off and we keep moving along, and that's kind of our game plan at this point. Is one game at a time, and then that's what we did.
Can you talk about that third quarter? You guys came out.
That was the plan for the beginning of the game, was to start in our press like that, and they just didn't. We didn't hustle to find our girls. We didn't make any effort to get into our press, and that was evident. So we took it off, and then at halftime we went back and said, this is our game plan. We're going to go back to it, and this time, we need to execute, because they're very successful at it when they work and they do what they're supposed to do.
Can you talk a little bit about the performance from some of the girls that you don't get as much action?
Yeah.
How did you thought they played tonight?
We're battling the flu. We've had kids that have been sick all week, so I didn't know who was going to show up and what kind of condition. And even the first quarter just kind of was the reality of we've got a lot of kids that are not feeling good. So we had other kids step up. Taylor's been pretty steady, but I thought she really stepped up tonight, especially in the first half, and was on the boards and had some energy and did some things and made a big difference for us in the first half and keeping us kind of on pace with the game. And then in the second half we came back and really jumped back into our press and got more into our own game with kids stepping up.
You said you talked about that was the goal from the get-go was to press and do some of those things. Do you feel like that kind of lends itself to the talents of this team, that you're able to do those types of things?
We're pretty athletic, and we do well on transition, when it's fast-paced. And in the first half, we let them slow us down, and we dribbled the ball up the floor. And we went back and talked about how that's not how we need to play. We need to push it regardless of what they want us to do. We need to dictate it. So the press does that. It kind of creates an energy that we need, and we are usually successful with.
Okay. Going forward here, as you head into the holiday break, what are some of the things that you're looking to work on with your team here? We've
got one more game. We play Friday against Cedar Springs. It's a non-conference game, so it's good to have one more opportunity here. But we're going to go back and do a lot of shooting, over break, getting better at executing our offense and just making sure everybody is on the same page about what we're trying to do.
Okay. Talking a little bit about that third quarter when you guys really opened up the lead with the press and some of those things, and what you guys were doing well to open up the lead.
Our press, what we have a hard time with is getting started with our press, and when we get it started, it works phenomenal and it's awesome. And I think it's what gets us going a lot more is when we start pressing and we get scoring, because honestly I think they scored not that many baskets during the third quarter, and it's successful. So.
Do you feel like the talents of the team are kind of lend itself to the press as far as being a little bit more athletic and being able to run the floor and things like that?
It helps us. It really does. I mean, we're athletic enough to do it, and it's sometimes the mentality that we don't have it. Girls don't remember it as much as we did last year.
Okay.
That's a problem we see.
What do you feel like are some of the areas that have been successful for the team so far? Can you talk about some of the areas that you feel?
Yeah, our areas that I feel like our defense, our 1-3-1 is awesome. We played that tonight and that worked really well. Some of our offenses work really well when we set it up and we actually take our time. We can't unless we're transitioning. Transitioning works really well with us also. When we take our time and we set up the plays and we actually run them all the way through, they work really well.
Can you talk about what you try to bring to the floor as a senior, both in terms of your game and in terms of leadership and how you do that?
One thing, as Heist always says, I'm the only one talking on the floor a lot. I try to bring as much energy as I can to the floor, as much as I can. I love to be on that floor. I love to play it. So I figure why not put all of it out on the court and just play your heart out. That's my motto. Play your heart out.